Before we get started, I explain a lot of stuff, so check out the timestamps, leave questions in the comments, and a special thank you to my patrons, Rob and Cheesy. Thank you guys so much. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my guide for the underwater labs. Before we get into the details, this monument is procedurally generated based on the map seed of the server, so every lab will be different server to server. And although they are different, it's only the layout that has changed. The various rooms, sections, blocks, puzzles, whatever you want to call them, are consistent, but the way they are laid out and what actual rooms are included is what differs. So that being said, in this guide, I'm going to cover every section that you may come across. I'll have timestamps and a link to the loot spreadsheet in the description as well. Definitely check that out. Also, very quickly, sub, like, comment, check out Twitch, Discord, and Patreon. Thank you. Anyways, let's get started with the moon pools. So there are 5 different types of moon pools you can come across, 4 of them being variations of the submarine entrances, and 1 of them being a player entrance only. A submarine will not fit this one type of moon pool. And since we're talking about entrances, let's talk about how to actually get here. This is what it would look like on the map. It's going to be located somewhere in the ocean on the sea floor. And since we're looking at the map, you can also click the 4 buttons on the right to see the various levels of the lab, 1 through 4. This is a good thing to use to gauge the size of a lab before going, and also to help navigate while actually inside. And most servers are going to have 3 different labs total. So back to how to actually get here. 1, you can swim and dive. 2, you can drive a boat and dive. Or 3, you can drive a submarine. And now that I mentioned diving, that reminds me of some gear that you should probably bring. 1, a diving tank is a good idea. 2, weapon. 3, heals. 4, a hazmat suit. And 5, clothing for the weather. That's another thing. You want to pay attention to what bio you're in, because if you're in the snow, it's going to be cold. And if you get wet because you're in the water, yeah, you're not going to have fun. And the hazmat suit, I recommend bringing a hazmat suit because there is a possibility you run into radiation at the lab. And when you do run into radiation here, you need a hazmat suit. You can get away with as much as possible as long as you don't stay in the area for too long, but the hazmat suit will have you covered for pretty good protection. Okay, so now let's actually talk about the various moon pools now. Okay, first we're going to start with the player moon pool. It's called the player moon pool because only players can come up through this moon pool. You have to use a ladder. A submarine will not fit in this one. The other ones, which we'll see later, you can take the submarine in them. So in this moon pool, there are what I like to call, or what I'm going to refer to them as for the rest of the video, they're all over the labs, are prop spawns. And here there's 2 of them. So here's one, here's the second one. And in this section, there's only going to be 2, but they can be in any of these corners. Not that it really matters. As you come in here, you'll see them, obviously. They're not really hidden that well. I call them prop spawns because they spawn in as props. So there's 1, there's the 2. So with these prop spawns, they'll either spawn in as a decorative prop like this one and this one. And these ones don't provide any value except they just have looks and that's it. But the other possibility they have is they can spawn in with a crate, and that one does have value. And also these props, every single one of them has the chance of spawning in with a scientist. So the scientists that you find on the labs are directly linked to whatever prop spawn. So it is possible there can be a lab. Every lab on the server, all 3 of them, it's possible you can have no scientists purely based on whatever gets rolled for props. So with the crate spawns, with these prop spawns is what I'm calling them, you can have 3 general possibilities, but it differs depending on what section you're in, but we'll cover that later. So you can get a prop spawn 1 that has a tech or component crate, which we'll explain. You can get a prop spawn that spawns either a blue or a yellow crate, or you can get a prop spawn that spawns just the blue crate only. And with these crates, you can go to rustlabs.com and you can look at the loot tables there and see what loot is there. But in general, the tech crate has tech stuff like higher end rifle bodies, higher end SMG bodies, computers, laptops, tech trash, stuff like that. Electronic stuff, higher end electronic stuff. And the component crate has components like sheet metal, springs, semi bodies, pipes, things like that. And then the blue crates are pretty similar to the brown crates that you'll find at other monuments. And then the yellow crates are similar to the military crates that you find. They're a little bit different, but again, go to rustlabs.com. You can find the loot tables there. It'll have everything laid out for you, all the percentages and stuff. So let's go back to talking specifically about this moon pool. So like I said, 2 prop spawns can spawn in here. There are 4 different locations that can go into all 4 corners. And at this particular moon pool, as far as the crate spawns go, you'll either get component or tech spawns or a blue and yellow spawn. Let me show you that. So here is what the tech or the component crate prop looks like. Looks like this, and then here is the crate. So you're going to either get This is the tech crate, and here's the component crate. So you're either going to get one of those when you see this prop in this moon pool. And then we also got a scientist linked with this prop as well. And then over here is the prop that spawns the blue or the yellow crate. So there's blue, there's yellow. And that is pretty much it for the moon pool. For the rest of the video, I'm not going to show the actual crates. I'm just going to explain like, hey, there's a prop here, and it can be this prop or that prop. If it's confusing, it should make more and more sense as the video goes on, hopefully. But if you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll answer it. Okay, so now I'll talk about the 4 other moon pools. All of these ones have the larger moon pool, so you can bring a submarine into here, actually surface it, and then get out that way. So starting with this moon pool, I call it the one-way because there's only one doorway connected to it. So in here, there are 2 prop spawns, one here and one there. And they can either be the tech component crate, the yellow or blue crate, or just the blue crate only. So 2 prop spawns right there and right there. And then general loot you can find in here is there's a fuel pile right here. So this is a lootable container. All it has for these ones are crude oil and low grade. So it's pretty much a barrel, but you loot it instead of breaking it. Then there's also a crate right here, and this can be a blue crate or a yellow crate, just like that. Then also there are 2 red barrels in here at most, and there can be 3 different locations. So you got these 2, and then let's see if I can get the other one, and then the third location's here, but you'll only find 2 of them here maximum. And that's it for this moon pool. Next moon pool I call one way up and down because there's only the one way, and it goes up and down with the ladder. So in here there are no prop spawns. There's just the one crate that's right here, and this can be a blue or a yellow crate, just like that. There's also these fuel containers here. There are 2 of them, but they can be in 3 different spots, here, here, and also tucked in this corner here. And there's also 2 red barrels that can be here, and you'll only find 2 at most, but there's one more spot it can be in, which is right over here in this little caged area. You can break it through the fence. And that's it for this moon pool. Next moon pool I call 2-way because there's 2 doorways here. In here there are no prop spawns, but general loot, there is a fuel pile right here. There's also a yellow or a blue crate that can spawn right here. And then you can find at most 2 red barrels here and here. And it can also spawn right behind here. So yeah, that's the 2-way moon pool. And the last moon pool, but certainly not least, the 3-way. 3 entrances, 3 doorways. And in here you can find 1 prop spawn. It's either going to be in this corner or this corner. And you'll either get the component or tech crate, the yellow or blue crate, or the blue crate only. Then besides that, there is 1 fuel crate that can spawn here. It's either going to be right here, or you can find it right here. And there's also going to be a crate here. This can be a blue crate or a yellow crate. And you can also find maximum 2 red crates. That's either going to be there or here. And then 1 more spot it can be is right there. And that is all the moon pools. So now I'll go over the puzzles, starting with this room here. I call this red fuse room. In here, there is 1 prop spawn. It can either be right here or right here. And if you get a crate spawn, it's either going to be yellow or blue crate. So to do the puzzle here, just open up this door. So fuse box, put the fuse in, hit this button, flip this switch, this turns on, swipe a red card, door opens up. So if you are going to come in here, you do need a hazmat suit, or you will take radiation damage, or you can come in here and be really quick, but you'll take a lot of damage. But anyways, inside of here, there is a yellow or blue crate on this shelf, ammo crate below it, 2 ammo crates on the bottom shelf here, a tech or a component crate here, another yellow or blue crate there. Then around this corner, there's a toolbox. Then inside of here, there are 2 elite crates. And again, you want radiation protection if you're coming in here. And yeah, that's that room. Next red card room, I call red fuse to switch because you actually flip a switch to open up the door. I know that's how I remember it. But anyways, there are 2 prop spawns in here. Both of them can spawn crates. You'll either get the yellow blue crate, the tech or component crate, or the blue only crate. And that's for both of these. So to do the actual puzzle, you open this door, put the fuse in here, swipe the card, flip this timer, go over here, flip the switch, door opens. And then in here, you actually don't need any radiation protection. But in here, loot-wise, there's a yellow or blue crate right there. There's an elite crate right here. Another elite crate right there. And a yellow or blue crate on top of the shelf. And then an ammo crate on the bottom shelf. And that is it for this room. And then one last final red room is actually a red room behind a blue swipe, so it's like a hybrid, I guess you can call it. If you are coming here without any cards, the only access you have to this particular section or room is just this area here and the ladder that takes you there. and that's it. But to do this room, you're going to want a radiation of 50%, so a hazmat suit. And yeah, that's how you do it. So first, get a blue card, swipe in, door opens up, and there's going to be 2 prop spawns to the left and to the right, 2 total, 1 right, 1 left. And they can be tech or component crates, yellow, blue crates, or blue crate only, or nothing. So first thing you want to do when you get in here is over on this side, there's a fuse box. Put 1 fuse into here, flip the switch, activate the timer, run across to the other side. You'll find a similar setup. Second fuse in there, turn the switch on, red room lights up, swipe the red card. Then in here, there are more crates all the way in this back section. This will be 6 total. 3 of them are elite crates, and the other 3 can be either yellow crates or blue crates. So yeah, that's all the red rooms that you can find in Underwater Labs. Next, we have a series of blue rooms. Starting off with this one, I call it Blue Valve because it has the blue card room and there's the valves right here. So that's why I call it Blue Valve. In here, in the room by itself, there are 2 prop spawns. You can either get the tech component crates, the blue or yellow crate, or the blue crate only. So there's 2 prop spawns in each corner. And there's also 2 different doors you can go to. They lead to the same door. Doesn't matter which one you go into. But anyways, you need a blue card. Just swipe the blue card. And inside of here, there's a food crate right when you enter. There's a toolbox right there. There's a blue or a yellow crate up top. Another blue or yellow crate on the shelf. And on the bottom of the shelf, there's an ammo crate. And then inside of here, you don't need any radiation either. And yeah, that's it. That's Blue Valve. This blue room I call Blue Room Ring because it has the blue room. And it goes around not a complete circle, but almost. So I call it the ring. So yeah, that's just what I call it. But anyways, on the outside, you can find 3 prop spawns. They can be in a few different spots, but you'll only find 3 at a time. And they'll either be the tech or component crates or the yellow or blue crates. And to get inside, there's 2 different entrances. Just swipe the blue card and the door simply opens up. And inside of here, you can find some loot. There is a food crate right there, a toolbox tucked in the corner, med crate there, yellow or blue crate there, and another yellow blue crate in there. And then a final ammo crate right in this locker. And that is it. That is Blue Ring. This section I call dorms because there are these 3 sleeping quarters, or I just call them dorms. So yeah, that's why I call it dorms. But anyways, in this general area, there are 4 different prop spawns, but only these 3, 1, 2, 3 actually spawn crates. This is a prop spawn as well, but no crate spawns here. It just looks different. And there's a possibility of the scientist spawning with it. That's it. But anyways, these 3 spawn the crates. You'll either get the tech component crate, blue crate only, or yellow or blue crate. So that's the general area. Then in here is a blue swipe. Just swipe the blue card. Door opens up. And inside of here, there are 3 different crate spawns. So that you get the yellow or blue crate right there, the tech or component crate there, and an ammo crate right here as well. And then there's also the possibility of getting a food crate in here as well, but I'll talk about that right now. So between all these 4 rooms, blue and the 3 greens, there's a possibility of getting 2 food crates, and they'll be dispersed between these 4 rooms. So yeah, that's that. But moving on, this green room, there's nothing in here. It just has the possibility of getting the 1 of the 2 food crates. So I would say it's not worth swiping in here. Yeah, the only thing in here is the food crate. Next dorm, dorm 2 I call it. So that was dorm 1. Dorm 2, you have the possibility of the food crate, and there's also a yellow or blue crate up top there. And then dorm 3, same idea as dorm 2, possibility of the food crate, or you have a yellow blue crate up top as well. And yeah, that's what I call dorms. This section I call green to blue PC. On the outside in the general area, there are 5 prop spawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these can all spawn either a blue yellow crate, a tech component crate, or a blue crate only. And then inside to do the puzzle, first you swipe a green card to get into here, and here's a computer. That's why I call it green to blue PC. On the shelf, there's a green card, an ammo crate. Then right here is a blue swipe with a timer. So you want to swipe the blue card, activate the timer, come to this door, press the button, the door opens up. Then inside of here, you have 2 yellow or blue crates, a tech or component crate, another tech or component crate, and that is it. And one of these crates can also spawn up here as well. And yeah, that's it. That is green to blue PC. This next one I call green to blue fuse because this one requires a fuse and it goes green to blue. But anyways, in this general section, there's 1 prop spawn, possibility of getting the yellow blue crate, the tech component crate, or the blue crate only. And it's possible you can get 2 red barrels out here. And it's also a possibility that these barrels spawn inside of the blue room instead of out here. But anyways, to do the puzzle, first start with the green card, swipe the green swipe, and in here, door simply opens up. There's a fuse box, put the fuse in here, turn this switch on, activate this switch, blue swipe activates, swipe the blue card, and the door simply opens up. Inside of here, there's a blue or yellow crate over here. And continuing on, there's another blue or yellow crate on top of the shelf. There's a fuel pile that can spawn on the shelf, a fuel pile that can spawn here, and you'll only find 2 fuel piles at once, and it's possible that one of them will spawn here instead. Moving on, there's an ammo crate, a toolbox, vehicle parts, and a green card that spawns on the workbench. And that is it. That is green to blue fuse. And then there is one last puzzle room. This one doesn't take a card though. This one just requires a fuse. But I call this Medroom because it is a Medroom, which you will see in a second. But anyways, in the general area, there are 6 prop spawns all around the perimeter of the main room. And they can spawn the blue yellow crates, the tech component crates, or the blue crates only. And then to get into the Medroom, on the one side of the room, there will be a fuse box. You just put a fuse in here. Then you run to either one of the doors, doesn't matter which door you go into, push the button, door opens up, and then you get access into the room. And in the room, there will be 4 containers total. 2 of them will be food crates, 1, 2, and 2 of them will be med crates, 1, 2. And they can spawn on this shelf here, which I'm looking at right now, and then they can also spawn on these shelves here. But you'll find 4 total. 2 of them will be food, 2 of them will be med, and that is Medroom. This room I call lockers because of the lockers right here, and there are 2 prop spawns, 1 on each end. This first end right here, and then it kind of has this L shape to it. All the way on this other end, there's another prop spawn here. And as you can see, this is a new prop spawn that I didn't mention yet. Radiation barrels. So these barrels, you don't want to get close to them. Even with a hazmat suit on, they still give you rads and a lot of rads. So if you, for whatever reason, don't have a hazmat suit down here while you're in the labs and you see these barrels, don't go near them. You'll take a lot of damage. But if you do decide to go by them, just med up with water or bandages or whatever you want to use to heal. But just fair warning, need a hazmat suit if you're going to go near these. And even with the hazmat suit, you'll still take damage. So yeah, 2 prop spawns in lockers, and they can either be the yellow blue crates or these radiation barrels. Continuing on with this room, in this little room here, there's actually a green card that spawns on the floor here, and there's a computer here that you can sit down at and watch cameras if you want to. And an interesting thing about this green card is when it actually spawns, it spawns on the shelf and it slides off and onto the floor. So there might be a chance that it gets stuck up there every once in a while. I've never seen it get stuck up there. I see it always slide down. So it's usually on the floor, but it's just a heads up. And that is lockers. This room I call bathroom because it's got the bathroom right there. But there are 3 prop spawns in here. 1, 2, 3 in each corner. And they can be the yellow blue crates, the tech component crates, or the blue crates only. Then inside of the bathroom itself, there's a radio you can play with, there's a med crate right there, and there's a toilet you can sit on for comfort healing if you want to as well. But that's bathroom. Then this room I call a cafe. There's only food crates in here, but you can find 2 of them, but there's 4 different locations you can find them at. First one is on the shelf here, second one is on the counter, third one is on this counter, and the 4th one is on the shelf in this back room here. Besides that, besides the loot, there's a poker table here you can play poker at. There's an arcade machine, which is pretty cool because it stores the high scores of anybody who plays it on the server. So it's kind of neat, I guess. I don't know. And then there's a radio you can play with. But yeah, that's it. That's cafe. And then we have the grow op, which is just a huge hassle. There's no loot in here. There's the single food crate that spawns right in this corner here. But besides that, all this does is give a radiation source. Gives radiation damage when you go through it. You need a hazmat suit. Even with the hazmat suit, you'll still take radiation damage. And yeah, that's it. So kind of sucks. Just has the food crate there. And this back room has absolutely nothing. So don't even come back here. You'll waste your time and you'll just take more rad damage. But the tricky thing with these is sometimes you'll have a case where you'll have to run through these to get to other parts of the labs. Sometimes you can just ignore it. Like in this case, this doesn't lead to anywhere. So there's really no point of going in here unless you really want the food. But yeah, that is it. That is the grow up. This room I call El Corrdior because it's got the corridor and it's L-shaped. But anyways, there's just the 6 prop spawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the types of loot you can get here are either the yellow blue crates, the tech crates, or the comp crates, or the blue crates only. And then also at the ends, like this end point and the other end point on the other side, you can get the radiation barrels as well. And that is El Corrdior. This section I call long corridor. There's one that looks just like this, except it's just shorter. So this is the long one, therefore it's the long corridor. But anyways, there are 3 prop spawns in here. 1, 2, 3, and they'll either be for loot wise, you'll only get the yellow or blue crate spawn, and then the endpoints can be radiation barrels, and that's long corridor. And then this is the short corridor. It has 4 prop spawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and same as the long corridor, the only loot you can get here is the yellow or blue crates, or on the endpoints you'll get the radiation barrels. And that is it, that short corridor. Then one last corridor, I call it the triple corridor because there's the 3 entrance and exits, 1, 2, 3, and in here there are 5 prop spawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And loot wise, same as the other corridors, blue, yellow crates, or at the endpoints, you'll get the radiation barrels, and that is triple corridor. Last 3 rooms are just little connection rooms, so I call this one Connect 4 because it connects 4 different entrances and exits. And in here, there are 2 prop spawns, 1 there and 1 here, and they can either be the yellow blue crates, the blue crates only, or the tech and component crates, and this is Connect 4. This one is Connect 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is 3 prop spawns, 1, 2, 3, and they can be blue, yellow crates, tech component crates, or blue crates only. Then the final section that you can find in the underwater labs is the Connect 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in here there are 2 prop spawns, the possibility of spawning in all the corners, but you'll only find 2 of them in here, and they can be the yellow blue crates, the blue crates only, or the tech and component crates, and that is the Connect 6, and that is all the sections of underwater labs. So now just some final remarks and reminders. All the sections I just showed you will be randomly arranged and generated. The layout of every lab is different depending on the server seed, server to server, and most of the rooms that you see, most of the rooms that I showed will probably be missing when you go to a lab. Then there's a ton of prop spawns across all the different rooms that I showed you, and those prop spawns can simply be decorations or they can spawn loot. They can also spawn the radiation barrels, so be on the lookout for that. And then anywhere there's a prop spawn location, an underwater dweller can spawn there too. So the guys with the guns, and they will hurt you. And then radiation wise, the only rooms that are guaranteed to have rads are the red fuse room, the blue swipe to fuses to red room, and the grow op room. All the other rooms have 0 by default, but remember there's those corridors that I showed that can spawn the radiation barrels, so be on the lookout for that. And another thing about barrel spawns, some of the prop spawns, they spawn like barrels, but those aren't radiation barrels. The radiation barrels are the glowing green ones. Those are the ones that give radiation. And then radiation wise, anywhere you get radiation in the underwater labs, you're going to want a hazmat suit. You'll still take damage even with the hazmat suit, so that's saying a lot. And I believe I covered just about everything. If there's something I missed or you have a question about something, leave a comment or message me on Discord or something, and I will get back to you and I'll answer your question. But yeah, anyways, I really appreciate the watching, and thanks again. See ya. Yo, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the channel and subscribe for more Rust guides and other Rust stuff. Follow the Twitch, join the Discord, and check out the Patreon page. Thanks again. Peace out. And a special thank you to my patrons, Rob and Cheesy. Thank you guys so much.